All right, just a Necro Island combo. The island's been better than it's been bad. We did finish 3-2, yeah. Basic Swamp, go. Been thinking about Buried Alive with Kiki Jiki, Karmic Guide, Bellringer as part of a non-blue twin deck, but it might be rough to have a bunch of fives. Yeah, it might be, dude. Okay, Emperor Guide, Wish and Jay, it might be. Yeah, I agree. It's like I like the biggest problem with Buried Alive is it's just like you buried alive and then nothing happens. You spend 3 mana to not impact the board, and you've also just kind of told your opponent exactly what your game plan is. So that's another problem. Containment Construct plus Bag of Holding do silly things with Insidious Roots. I certainly recognize some of these words. So Containment Construct is the 2/1 that says whenever you discard a card, you can play a card from the graveyard this turn. That's what that card says. Root says whenever a card leaves the battlefield, a creature card gets exiled from your graveyard, you get a token. Bag of Holding says whenever you discard a card, you get to do something. I don't really know what that something is. Oh no, they have Bowmaster here. Buried Alive Phoenix seems like the best option that still loses to a single Flage. Yeah, I think Buried Alive is not optimal in Phoenix. I agree. Okay, maybe we'll draw another Bowmaster push or something. Guess that's for something. Yeah, I have thought a little bit about Emperor Bones Idyllic Grange. I haven't gotten super far. Could honestly just be good in this deck. This could just be an Idyllic Grange deck. Sandman, any chance you could take a look at this toolbox artifact deck and tell me which cards you like in it for the current meta? It's 2019. I'm sorry, Sandman. I'm actually gonna say no. We have no paid deck techs. Thank you for the $15. You can charge it back if you want, but I am gonna actually just say no. A word I have a hard time saying usually. We have no paid deck techs for a reason. You can't just pay a deck tech. And I think you know that too. Sorry about that. Feel free to charge it back. Let's go game 2. Maybe not show them Necro. All right, Deluge. I guess I want more. I did a 2/2 split of Consign first, and then I went up to a third Consign. I remember this. What did I cut for the third Consign? That's Cling. Okay, let's do this. Need a pin note or graphic on my stream? I don't think so. This is the first time someone's tried to just do a paid deck tech in a long time. You know what I mean? All right, so we did win this matchup last time we played against it. That's why I asked. I was wondering if the Blink deck should be built with an Idyllic Grange mana base and move away from Vile. I think moving away from Vile makes a lot of sense. I think Grange with Emperor Bones is really powerful. Playing a couple of Granges and your fetch land mana base shouldn't cost you that much. Grange is also just a powerful card. Like it protects your Flicker Wisp from Bowmaster, and it's like a combat trick that nobody sees coming. It's good in the mirror. Like if you have an Overlord crashing into an Overlord, you just like get to win the fight. It's kind of good with Felia. Just like as a combat trick. So yeah, I think trying to play Idyllic Grange in that deck could be pretty cool. I don't know if this is something I would do on stream. I don't know if this is necessarily innovative enough, but maybe I could just play test it, right? I know that's probably the answer side of the gamble. Well, a good gamble. All right, let's keep this. Thinking of a Collector's Cage Emperor deck, but I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of interesting too, because like there's some like overlapping synergy with like Ulamog being good with Emperor, Ulamog being good with like Collector's Cage to cast, although not super good. Looks like they are probably not playing Vile if you see Guide of Souls. You want to go Ocelot Pride, Ocelot Pride. Does Ulamog see itself for counter purposes if you cast it from Collector's Cage? I don't know. You can't really Courtyard and you already lose a lot of life. I think that's fine. Especially if you play Guide of Souls, it should just be fine. Casting moves to the stack, okay. But then you get the cast trigger at least. Although it's, certainly not as powerful as Ulapogging. I just feel like I keep drawing these sweepers against the Guide of Souls decks, and they just never play into them. I'm not saying my opponents are ghosting, but this just keeps happening. Like they're just becoming so good at playing around the sweepers. Gross Thoughtseize. Bro Burn, the 46 months. Thank you, welcome back. Appreciate you. Takes the Necro, that makes sense. So, I mean, if my opponent's gonna not attack while I have 2 Toxic Deluges in my hand, I guess I'm pretty happy. Interesting that they play the Felia here. Knowing that they have 2 Deluges, knowing that I have 2 Deluges makes it certainly pretty weird for them to sequence. We even can consign Aven Interrupter, which is nice. I don't know why they would attack with like the Felia and not the. I guess this is why. So one thing I could do here is I could Bowmaster ping here, and I could consign the Guide of Souls returning. But with them knowing I have double Deluge, I just need a Deluge here. Now I regret it. I guess I could have actually just fetched first. Although I don't maybe I'm not super comfortable just tapping out for Necro this turn anyways. Do we think do they know about Consign Aven Interrupter? Also saving this for another Bowmasters could be good. So I'm down to 11. I feel like this matchup is great. It has just been very fun both times so far. I was worried about Felia Overlord. Well, we would just be able to consign the Overlord coming back to play. I would have actually loved for them to have done that, I'm going to be honest. Here's an Overlord, which is bad. I guess I might consign this ETB. Now, the big problem here is like, if I don't draw a land to go Bowmaster into Necro, I would be pretty tempted to go Soul Spike the Bowmaster into Necro, but that loses so hard to Ephemerate, which they're representing. Right, so now it seems like double Bowmaster is looking pretty good. What is opponent's deck? But not the wow. This is a black-white. Some people play Vile, some people play Guide of Souls like our opponent. Just kind of like mid-range toolboxy interactive deck. I think It's one of the more popular decks. It's pretty good and pretty playable. Okay, just resolved. So I thought about Bowmastering here, but I think that there's a good chance they have another Bowmaster. So I kind of want them to make the first move here. Is it better to shoot their token and block with your token in case they have a blink effect? Well, I have a second Bowmaster, so I want them to use a blink effect here, right? Saitai with the 36 months. Welcome back. Oh yeah, also the token becomes a 2/2. Excuse me. So I'm gonna Soul Spike them. I think I just draw 4. Obviously love drawing the Sheoldred. Do they have Aven and Interrupter? I feel like they probably don't. I don't know that they would be able to like not Aven interrupt this or Aven interrupt the Soul Spike. I'm gonna assume that this was just lag. So we get a 3/3. We can attack for 4, putting them down to 7. Sheoldred puts them down to 6, and then we're a little short of like, you know, winning with Soul Spike and Bowmaster, but in pretty good shape here. So we don't know any card in their hand. In my upkeep, they're pitching Ocelot Pride to Solitude. Or sorry, their upkeep. I don't have another black card in my hand to beat Ephemerate if they have it. It hasn't seemed like they've had it, though. Okay, they have it. Hmm. I think they targeted the wrong thing, though, because like the rebound is going to go after the next thing, so I can actually attack with this. I couldn't attack with the Bowmaster. They play Marsh Flats. This is going to be online pretty soon, too. They cast an Emperor of Bones, which is pretty damn good. Can get Recruiter, can get Felia. Getting Felia is really good because you can flicker the Emperor and then reuse the Emperor. Do you think the new god goes in the black-white deck? I think it could. I think you probably would have to like make some deck building considerations. My opponent also has to block this, or if I draw a land or a black card, which I think this is a black card. This is the only other tap land. Yeah, they're dead if they don't trade here. I don't know if they're like I don't know if they can play around Soul Spike at this kind of spot. This ticks down to 1. Consign? Consign is so brutal, dude. It's like awful top deck. Yeah, they do know the Soul Spike, so they're probably just gonna block. Don't know how I'm beating this Overlord without top decking like a Necro. Have you explored some kind of DRC Flage deck? I'm confused why no one seems interested in trying those two together. I feel like I have played those cards together. You can consign the Emperor trigger. I have to no, this is activated. Oh, this is a triggered ability. Damn it. Although it's still kind of better to consign this because then it was just better to consign this. Oh no, but then they could ephemerate the Emperor of Bones. And that could be kind of bad. Ooh, but I can actually replicate Consign here. Cool. Never done this before. Still don't know what I'm doing about old Overlord though. Top decking a Necro, I guess. So I guess if that's my plan, which it seems like it is, should probably cast a Bowmaster. You Soul Spike the Stupid Overlord? Well, it's a 5/5 though. This is 4. They have another Ephemerate. This is like so brutal because my opponent just chose to not Ephemerate. They're like Bowmaster. Like they just totally wrecked me. Crazy. Alright. You only have 2 Necros left in the deck too. Looking like we're gonna lose this one. Beat him last time. My opponent has played just like so perfectly around my hand. You know, it's just what can you do? Top deck of Necro is what we can do. They did get to see my like a lot of the cards of Thoughtseize earlier. But they didn't get to see second Bowmaster. They did play around the Deluge before they saw it. It was just tough. They could have drawn for turn. With them having 2 Ephemerates, it seems really unlikely. But, I mean, anything's possible, I guess. Yeah, I'm just going to lose to Overlord. They just get to, like, remove it with a Skyclave or a Solitude here. Let's move on. Good match. Yeah, I feel like I like that they have like this build without Vile. It's just like their top decks are just so good. I guess we'll keep. Seems like Black White is blowing up in popularity. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just like it's a meta deck, which is it's awesome that like a Flicker Wisp Recruiter of the Guard deck is just good. I actually have never mind. I won't say. I have a little bit of something for that shell. Not to be revealed yet. Says our opponent was last seen 11 days ago playing Titan Shift, and then they led on a Stomping Ground, so maybe they're still on this. Okay, Modern was great. You trophied with this? Let's go, dude. Worldbreaker 7 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Slaughter Games? Thrawn. Autumn's Veil instead of Veil of Summer. Let's fucking go, dude. What happened here? Did they know about Veil of Summer? You trophied with this? This is awesome. No Green Sun Zenith. Just 4 Soccer Treb Elder, 4 Grazer, 2 Dryad, 4 Titan, no Green Sun. Main deck Anger of the Gods. Let's go, dude. Cinderglade. 0 Surveil lands. I bet the list has been updated since then. But 0 Surveil lands. They don't know about Surveil lands. No one told them about Surveil lands. They're out here playing Cinderglade. Did I see the Black White Sideboard Scepter Orms chant? I haven't seen that. I don't know if I'm into that, but I'm not into it, I guess. Yeah, Beast Within. I also like. I don't know what's craziest: Chandra Flamecaller, Chandra Torture Defiance, Beast Within, No Surveil Land, Cinderglade, Autumn's Veil, Slaughter Games, Thrawn. I don't even know like what to look at here. Congrats on the trophy. Having a hard time casting a spell here. I don't know if the lag is getting to them. Yeah, Autumn's Veil. No, if it's the 6 mana Chandra, 2 of them is that's the crazy one to me. Sorry, man, the lag is too bad. For real, for real. Love your YouTube channel, though. Oh, no. I feel like they might concede. Okay, I actually don't know how they're able to type, because the lag also affects typing, doesn't it? Whatever. Take your time. Yeah, they have Flare of Cultivation in their deck. Like, they have... they read some MH3 cards. Okay. That was kind of the weirdest experience I've had in a long time. Look at their most recent trophy deck. It's the most deranged. I haven't played Modern in 5 years. Deck list I've ever seen. And then the lag is too bad for us to get to play against them. I think this is definitely the state of Magic Online right now. The games are good, the format's good, the client is struggling so much. Um, okay, Graveyard's a Strand. Grix is looting with Monument to Endurance and the new Flameblade Adept and Frog. Maybe I don't know. It's like this is like a really kind of slow, dirtily cool card advantage engine. But if you're playing the new Flameblade Adept, it's like you gotta have like Burning Korea in your deck. I don't know. You need to be Hollow One. You need to play Hollow One. You need to be more aggressive with that card. Probably. Elish Norn Stalks Rising. Yeah, I have a Norn in the sideboard of a backup deck actually. I don't know. My lag has not been so bad. It's clear my opponent's lags is happening a lot. Could this be because collections are too big? Is this because I deleted a lot of my deck lists? I shredded most of my collection. Is it because I have a better computer? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I want to know. I might just main phase the Bowmaster if I don't draw anything. Yeah, surely they're not altering bandwidth for me. Yeah, pay to win. Tough that shred a bunch of your collection is the right answer for a collectible card game. Yeah, I agree. I shredded like 20,000 cards. It took like an hour. No, I'm luck with my token. Astral Drift with the new monument. Now we're cooking with gas. Seems to be a client side issue. No, I don't think it's too widespread for you to blame it client side. Like they definitely have something has happened that the servers have downgraded. I don't know. Why do you have 20,000 cards? I play a lot of this this client. I had 20,000. I find the concept of enabling Force of Negation Necro interesting, but I was curious if resolving protecting your Necro is not too difficult with this deck, given that you can't pitch Force in your turn. I mean, Snare helps, fight Counterspell, which I guess isn't as common of a card these days. But yeah, it's maybe a little harder, yeah. There also are not a ton of Counterspell decks in general. Like Frog is on the decline. Most decks are just not even playing Counter Magic. Client side doesn't just mean your fault. It means servers are struggling. Or the servers aren't struggling, the client is up, I see. So they didn't have an Unearth for the Oculus, or presumably another Oculus. Let's go to the bottom both of these. I got too many Necros to not just slam one here. Okay, Force this time. As this vehicle enters, choose a non-land card name. Activate abilities of the source of the chosen name. Costs 2 more to activate. And it's a 3/3 flyer that crews for 2. Pretty proactive. Pithing Needle. Does it stop mana abilities? Yes. Stopping mana abilities on this is huge. Did anyone ask for all these vehicles? I like vehicles. I guess I wouldn't say I asked for them, but I like vehicles. What's wrong with vehicles? Yeah, good against Nadu. Yeah, I can name lands, but like I guess you can't name Dryad Arbor. It's actually pretty relevant. Problem. One more card in my hand would be really nice to be able to block the Oculus. They can make their frog a 3/4, is that right? 3/4. Ooh. Okay, let me ping their frog. This way I can make my frog a 3/4 also, leaving just Necro in my hand, and then I can kill their frog, but mine lives. I thought this set would be targeting me, but they went full Mario Kart instead of full Mad Max. I think it's a pretty good review of Aether Drift so far. Full Mario Kart instead of full Mad Max. Wait, did they fly the frog? Yes. I also wonder if, like, is it better for me to just take, like, keep Sheoldred as my last card? Okay, so right now my frog kills their frog. They discard a Watery Grave. I think the Necro's got to be better. So if they discard their last card, I have the option of keeping my frog or resolving Necro while I'm at 8 life. My frog will kill theirs because they have 1 damage on it, right? So this is going to be a 4/5 versus my... Oh, this versus my 3/4. Oh no, I think I just grossly miscalculated. Yeah, I think I miscalculated here. I think I just keep the Necro now. It's kind of nice to get them Hellbent, but I'm gonna need to draw pretty well off my Necro here. I probably just draw the full 7. They really need to abandon themed sets and go back to building worlds. I think I agree. I think like Bloomburrow was like the most. Bloomburrow was the most. So I could have discarded one more card to like trade frogs here, but I just gotta keep the Necro. I think Bloomburrow was the most like world buildy set we've had in a long time, and I think that was kind of like the best set we've had in a long time. I drew the 4th Necro. Gross. My take is very few people ever cared about the original Magic lore. They just like the fantasy aesthetic. Yeah, I think that's kind of puts me in that category. A lot of hits and misses for Magic the Gathering over the years. Okay, I can drown the Oculus, but I can't drown and push. Unfortunately, we go to game 2. Gonna bring in a snare. Gonna cut a force. Then play 1 surgical over force number 2. Then play 2 deluge. My first set was Scars of Mirrodin. I fell in love. Yeah, my first was Return to Ravnica, which is pretty. It was like right after that one, right? And no, I guess Innistrad was between Scars, Innistrad, Return to Ravnica. That was a really good era. Theros was pretty good for world building. Khans was after that. That was good for world building. I've been seeing Keen since Blue. I saw Dak Faden's build. I don't know. I'm looking at this one. The Pyroclasm needs to be Whip Flare instead, but I don't know. Like, does the genuinely, sincerely asking, does this look better to you? Because to me it looks worse. I like Gadgeteer seems like worse than 6. The blue cards seem worse than the green cards. Midnight Ornithopter seem like cards I'm not really liking here at all either. So like, genuinely, sincerely asking, what am I missing something? Is it like, are we really getting that much equity of 2 Rebuke? I think Spellskite maybe is just better than Rebuke, but I don't know. To me, it just looks worse. But I could be missing something. Yeah, losing Woodlands is tough. Woodlands has been great. Kind of want to play a second copy. I think like Rumble is so insane. Stirrings is so insane. I think blue is faster and green is more resilient. That might be the case. Green is also can be pretty fast. Gadgeteer looks like a house. I've played a lot of Forensic Gadgeteer. That card is okay. Card is okay. I feel like I would much rather play 6, but I'm not sure. Top tier mid might triggers flush strike. Okay, that's pretty big, yeah. Although I'll say this, when we have Arcane Sense on our flush raker, like I think we've maybe fizzled one time. It's really hard to fizzle. But good feedback. This looks cool. Looks cool. All right, because we have push, I think we can afford to slam the frog here. There are a lot of people complaining with the world building and didn't even read the story for Aether Drift. There was great world building there for a lot of planes, and not sure what this word is. Ishkar itself, I guess that's the plane. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is it's like world building for Magic the Gathering is like, it's hard to expect people to read the stories. You kind of just have to tell the story through the cards, and that is probably very underrated how difficult a task that is. I'm just gonna wait a turn here. I've read a couple of Magic stories over the years. I'll say this. One thing that's about the lore era of Magic the Gathering, or like the when we're like really nostalgic for world building, Return to Ravnica, Scars of Mirrodin, Khans, Theros, Innistrad, like that era is kind of like the golden era for like the Magic flavor for me at least. And for me, how I learned about the lore in that era was just listening to the old heads of the LGS go, "Man, let me tell you about Liliana of the Veil and the Raven, man." You know, like just like sitting around waiting for rounds to start, and you know, you would just there'd just be like a 45-year-old divorced guy telling you about what was going on in Scars of Mirrodin, and it was great. Like that was the best way to learn about Magic the Gathering lore, was from a 45-year-old divorcee on a Friday night. And for me, I haven't been going to F&M, and I've lost that connection I've had to Magic the Gathering lore. Yeah, the oral tradition. Exactly. Oh yeah, a lot of cigarette breaks. I'm getting Cling to Dust here if it resolves. I know it's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to be funny. I'm also trying to actually say yes, that I think the decline in the Friday Night Magic, at least I think there's been a decline. Literally everyone I used to play F&M with does not play Magic anymore, and I'm the only one that still plays Magic, and I'm me, you know. So I don't know. It's like we definitely lost something along the way. Right, they counterspelled my teachings. They got 4 cards in their hand. Frog time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna surveil here and then just keep the Preordain for next turn. I think it's coming back now, but COVID is tough. Yeah, for sure. Although maybe I should save this to Revolt to push it on Oculus. Probably makes sense, yeah. I get the sense on that's the upswing nowadays. Awesome, yeah. The combo of COVID plus several bad standard formats hurt F&M, yeah. I hear that. 1-1 in the chat if you go to F&M, 2-2 if you used to go and don't go anymore. I'm seeing more 2-2s than 1-1s, but a lot of 1-1s. I used to love F&M. I would just go so religiously. Dude, I would like I would like just like not like schedule dates on Fridays. Cuz I was so dedicated to F&M until I met Esther, of course. All right, this was an excellent sequence for us, getting to snare a frog, push an Oculus, hit with our frog, and then draw a Necro. I play on Thursday nights, but you won't catch me in a game store Friday nights. Yeah, I hear that. Dude, we drew Surgical? It's pretty good. All right. I'm going to game 3. Let's freaking go. Do you have an Estrid's Invocation Bale Merkless somewhere? Banned on a rog. No, I don't. It sounds kind of almost like something. Esther's Invocation is a card I have. Esther's Invocation is a card I've never cast. They have a frog this time. I mean, I do too, but I don't have a push. Maybe they don't have a push. I've only seen it in Legacy Enchantress. Yeah, I feel like you can get away sometimes with like. In Legacy, you can get away with like dead cards in your hand because of Force of Will and Brainstorm a bit better than you can in Modern. Dude, your mom lets you have Frog and Fatal Push? It's crazy. My mom only lets me have Psychic Frog. Tap land. Resolve, 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 please resolve, please, 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 come on, damn it. I don't know what else I could have done. Tried my best there. I think I'm going to play around another Force by playing this. I also can maybe draw a 2-drop and go Necro plus 2-drop next turn. They have a Sink? Dispute, okay. Why no Thoughtseize in the list, Governor? I'm a big fan of getting to play Snare and Force in this metagame at the moment. Didn't play against Breach at all today so far, but you know what? It's kind of annoying too, because it's like I'm building a stack, I'm working on it's going well. And we did have a good first league, but like a big part of building the deck this way is that there are not as many counterspell decks, so you don't need discard spells as much, and you get to play Snare and Force, which I think is better against Boros and better against Breach and better against kind of the metagame as a whole. And then we play against like I think of our 8 matches we've played, 5 or 6 of them have been counterspell decks. 2 Espergorios, one Dimir Frog, and 1 Fairies, 1 Wizards has been a rough matchups split for this archetype. Yeah, leagues be leaguing. Yeah, but I think in theory, and also this has been like how like the beginning of the stream is going, but Snare and Force are like great in Necro. It's like so good to be able to draw into something to reactively do and just keep drawing into them. And Snare is really good right now, and Force plus Frog, Force plus Necro really strong too. Just don't love hitting hitting 5 out of 7 counterspell decks. Can we play some disputes on the board too? I mean, I'll cast Sheoldred, I guess. I'll let my opponent cast another counterspell. Okay, we're gonna play. We get to play. Take another draw step. Had a combo with LGS Manager, but how bad variants have been for them. No one orders locally because they can't get 4 copies of the same art. That's tough too. I mean, like most of my like stores have just stopped stocking singles or like stopped like stocking singles completely. And like you also like go to Magic tournaments and like none of the vendors have like staples for the format that the tournament is. It's just like Magic is a different game these days. I disagree with what? That the vendors don't have cards for the tournaments you're playing in, because that has been my experience at every tournament I've played in the last like 3 years. But I don't. Maybe I don't know. We can disagree here. If you're disagreeing that like your store has had stock singles, that's just different experiences. I live locally in DFW. Haven't needed to order on TCG Player website in years. Really? Because I mean, I'm not no shade to any specific store, but like, I guess like where do you order your cards? Because like the places I tend to order, their selection has just been getting worse and worse. Okay, looking for a Toxic Deluge for a Toxic Streamer. I'll have to pay 8 life because the frog is at 6. Okay, graveyard another Delta. I think specifically our area has plenty of card shops. Okay, I guess it's just the shops I frequent. Like I just haven't been able to get the cards I need. So evolution, meta, dark hound. Yeah, I those are what maybe I maybe just looking for weird cards all the time, but that's also where I go. Not evolution so much, but meta and dark hound are like my two go-tos, and they just like I've just not been able to complete an order from those stores in a while. I love the people there, but I'm just like, I don't. This has just been my last few experiences. Okay, so I'm gonna pay 7 life. I'm gonna draw 3 fatal pushes here. We resolved a Necro. This would be good. We could win this game. Never mind. They're gonna consign. Dang. Think of how much cap you need to have on-demand staples. Yeah, I'm not. I know it's tough out here. I'm not trying to talk any shit, but it's just been my personal experience. Also, I don't know. Maybe I just need weird cards. This has also been kind of the case lately on Magic Online. Like, I just don't want to start another league